We'll be making one of the famous Bengali sweet dish recipe in our kitchen today. The recipe is completely made out of milk, which is nothing but an Rasmalai. Hello everyone, it's me Hafiz. Welcome back to Passionate Cooking with Chef Hafiz. When you're doing a Rasmalai, there are 4 things you have to keep it in your mind. Try buying a cow milk. Cow milk has a decent amount of fat where you're gonna get nice and spongy Rasmalai. In case if you're not finding out a cow's milk in your place, try get the toned milk which has a 3 to 4% of fat in it. Don't get into a skim milk or don't buy a buffalo milk. Your Rasmalai will not be soft enough. So that was a rule number 1. And when it comes to number 2, so when you're boiling the milk, after reaching a certain temperature, add a vinegar or a lemon, mix it with the water, then add it slowly on the boiled milk. So what happens if you start putting together without adding a water? So the milk will get curdled very faster and the chenna will become harder. So try adding it slowly. So you're gonna see it in the video how I'm doing it. Number 3, strain down the water. Sufficient water should be removed off. Then you have to massage gently. Don't rub that chenna for longer. It will release out the fat. So your Rasmalai become harder and it become crumble. Rule number 4, your sugar syrup consistency should be maintained through and throughout. Let's get into the kitchen to see how to make Rasmalai. I'm making this recipe for 50 people, but to make at home, I share the recipe in description box for 2 liters of milk, which gives around 25 pieces of Rasmalai. Boil the milk gently. Once the milk is boiled, then strain the milk to avoid the black particles. Once the milk is being strained, I'm adding the vinegar. The vinegar has been mixed with the water. I'm adding it slowly and gradually in a hot milk. So now you're gonna see around the milk is started splitting off. It's getting curdled. Stir gently. The milk is completely broken off. So the water has come separate. The chenna has come. Now add a cold water along with that to cool it down. If you keep it longer in a hot water, the chenna become harder. Let the broken milk cool down, then strain it through a cheesecloth or through any kind of cotton cloth, which drains the water very faster. Remove the excess water from the chenna. Drain the water completely. Once the excess water has come out, then take the chenna. We're gonna rub the chenna gently by your fingers. Just massage it neatly and very gently. Don't rub it faster, it releases out the fat, then your Rasmalai become harder. So now you're gonna find a soft and smooth chenna is ready, which is not sticking in our hand or a finger. Now we're gonna divide it into smaller portions. Make a small balls. As I said, I'm making this Rasmalai for 50 people. I have used somewhere around 12 liters of toned milk. Every liter of milk you'll be getting around 12 pieces of Rasmalai. Parallelly, I'm going to make a sugar syrup. Let's have a water first in a pan, then add the sugar. Dissolve the sugar. Let the sugar get melts off. Then I'm going to add a milk to clarify the sugar, to remove the dirt from the sugar and make the sugar syrup clear. So once the sugar syrup gets boil, then this kind of dirt will be float on top. You have to remove it completely with a strainer. Again, second time, just bring it back to boil. Again, you're gonna have the same kind of scum comes on top. It's all the dirt which comes from the sugar. Now your sugar syrup is looking much clear, which helps to get a nice and white rasmalai or rasgullas. Make a patties from the small little dumpling which we made and kept. Once the patties are done, now we're gonna blanch it in a sugar syrup. Let's collect some of the sugar syrup, keep it aside. We'll show you what we have to do that in a later stage. Let the sugar syrup get boils. Then I'm going to add a maida which is mixed in a water, which helps in preventing from sticking each other. So now the sugar syrup has completely boiling up. Now we're gonna add the patties and let the sugar syrup gets boil and just stir it gently, slowly and carefully. So the patties are boiling, it becoming double in size. See the size, we had put a small patties, now it looks in double in size. So collect all the patties and put in the sugar syrup which we have taken at initial stage. Now we are going to make RABDI for a rasmalai. Just cook the milk, reduce it down to half quantity, then add Kesar, which is a saffron, to get a nice and yellowish color. If you are really liking a sweet, then you can add bit of sugar while you're making a RABDI. Else the sugar which is there already in a blanched water, that is sufficient enough. Now you squeeze down the excessive sugar syrup from the patties. Now soak it inside the RABDI. So let's cool it down. The patties will soak the milk and it's gonna have enrich the flavor. Then now we're gonna garnish with the saffron and serve it chilled. Hope you have learned a new recipe in our kitchen today. If you like the recipe, please subscribe our channel. Stay tuned for more interesting recipes. Cheers.